And now it's Supermoto, so we've had three different names along the way. It's just a fantastic part of our sport, and Supermoto nationally is alive and well. And racing, of course, the Oceania race in Newcastle, Australia this year. Also some great Asia-Pacific racing throughout some of our countries of Asia, including China and Malaysia. So the sport is well. And, of course, over in Europe, well, it's fantastic. Bulgaria is the #1 country in the world, and it's twice been voted as World Championship #1 track. And it's more of a supercross with tar seal on it, to give you an idea of what these bikes are capable of on a global stage. So do some Googling, folks, and check out Supermoto. If you've loved it here today, I'm sure you get a great idea of what it's like. So here we go, looking forward to our second moto today with Supermoto and the Edmonds Painting Racing. And look at this from Richie Dibbon, just incredible. Look at the advantage that he's got already. He just bolts away. Young Aidan Brown there, the flying number 11, looking hot there. The Wanganui man, of course, on the balance. Chartered Accountants, Harvey Round Motors, Metzler, BTN, BNT, RMZ 450. So good work from young Aidan on board. So Wanganui out in front as we go back to Scott Dowman. So let's keep it Wanganui all the way, not just one or two, but all three of them from the home of Supermoto racing in New Zealand. It's where we've seen the best street racing, of course, for many years in Supermoto. Even though there's a lot of other events at Supermoto, certainly more seem to come out of Wanganui. The class is higher there than we see elsewhere, and it's the likes of this man, Richie Dibbon. It's the hottest act we've seen in New Zealand Supermoto racing for some time, and the way he can cut through onto that infield and the exit of it is just superb, including jumping. He literally jumps out. You see that? He's airborne as he leaps out onto the track spider, looking super spectacular. But is there anybody on this show that's going to equal this man, Richie Dibbon?
No, I don't think so. And I'm just counting up. We've got 25 people qualified for the Supermoto here at Manfeild for a round tour of the Suzuki Series. 13 of those are from Wanganui. One's from Waitotra, it's about 20 k's north. So that's Wanganui in my mind, and great to see him. That's just a lot of these boys would have gone along to the 70 Suzuki as kids and said, we want to do something like this. And they're out there doing it at 13. The brothers, of course, Scott and Ben Dowman battling it out right now. Will Young separates those. Scotty Dowman in on 13 in 5th position. Will Young in 6th position with Ben Dowman on the 710 machine in 7th position. Nick Payne's another Wanganui man in 8th. And Roundtree there at 23. I know 795 in 10th spot is James Clark. He's gone ahead of John Oliver, Cudge and Russell Josiah's moved ahead as well. Chris Andrews 14th and Daniel Walker in 15th. So Richie Dibbon out in the front of 36.844. We understand the lap record here is held by Richie Dibbon at 36.279. So a little way off that at the moment. So 36.884, 37.305, 37.748, 37.496 for the top 4 bikes here. Richie Dibbon, Duncan Hart has gone up into 2nd place ahead of Aidan Brown there as we look out the track. And in behind them, Jet Josiah on the 63 machine from Bike Talk in Tamarino, Richie.
Indeed, an interesting course that in our last equation, when we last updated Spider, Duncan Hart wasn't even in 2nd place because it was Wanganui. So he's gone past 2 of them to moved up there, which is a great show. So first of all, Scott Dowman, who was in that 3rd place, he's gone back to 5th, and to Aidan Brown was in 3rd. 2nd, he's gone back to 3rd. So Duncan Hart's the one that's moved up. So great work by Duncan, the reigning champion of this class, flying 74 out of Mimiko, Ryko, Endeavour Engineering and Bayride Motorcycles on the Yamaha YZF 450. And keep an eye out for his young son Connor, who's in hot form in New Zealand Junior Motocross at the moment. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action at the end of the month and an event up in the Bay of Plenty, their home territory, called Summer Cross. So looking forward to Connor. He's made a huge improvement on the New Zealand Junior Moto scene this year, and he's one of the hot kids to be watching out from, of course. As they say, it's got to be in the blood, so well done. So this man now with something to ride for and supporting his super son Connor, but it is Duncan Hart who's moved up, and look at that now, Spider. He's just starting to break away. Hard to call it a breakaway. It might only be 10 bike lengths, but it's one of the bigger margins we've seen, because that was a huge traffic jam of 5 riders before, but Richie smoked them. He's gone. He's even out of the picture when it comes to looking at a good picture of this field that fired out. Even the CTS live photo doesn't even show the race leader because Richie Dibbon is so far out in front. So the Richie Dibbon show back at Manfeild with Duncan Hart in 2nd, followed by Aidan Brown, Jet Josiah, Scott Dowman. Go to Will Young. He's put in a great performance. Was up in the top 3 earlier, but he's slipped back now to 6th place, followed by Ben Dowman. Then go to Nick Payne and Roundtree. Not bad for an old fella. And then James Clark, Fastway Couriers. So good work there by the flying man. So do check him out. Good work by James. He's been able to match with those guys out there. But hats off to Will Young on the Dirt Merchants TSS Red Baron Motorcycles CRF 450. That's another one of those things, Spider, about this class, because you sort of you lose track of what the origin of the bike is, because it sort of means a little bit less, because there's so much after-market performance parts on them, but underneath it is actually a Suzuki and a Honda and a Yamaha and a Kawasaki, just like you might see in a 600 class.
Well, definitely, you know, and I'll tell you what, I'm just fascinated with this C-Test footage. It just gets better and better every year. I've just been watching a lap or so ago, a slow motion replay there. And if Grant Heck Collingwood hasn't enough to do with operating the camera, as well as all the static cameras around, especially when you go into the reverse circuit, part of the circuit we're using now, so he's got to think where the cameras are. He picks up a good bit of footage there. All his footage is good, but picks up an exciting bit of footage and does it as a slow motion replay. And of course, all this stuff is available to you right now. You can watch it live now. Better to watch it at the racetrack, and then you can go home and watch it on in about 24 to 36 hours when he gets back up to the hometown in the Waikato and gets his work sorted out and get it downloaded onto the Intervorty. So it's great, and it's now all available on YouTube as well. So C-Test, just Google that, you'll find it.
Thank you indeed. So the update continues courtesy of Edmunds Painting with waterproofing, plastering and specialist coatings. We know there's a lot more to painting than there ever used to be. There's the fact that you can now paint in the winter time, when it was seen before that you couldn't get as much adhesive to paint and summer was always better. That theory's now been thrown away. Also for the fact that it's more than just painting, there is these specialist coatings that actually give a waterproofing to some places that may otherwise. Of course, we've got a lot of structures now that have been prone to the famous wet and prevailing weathers around the country, and now we can see specialist coating that just the coating around the outside can be enough to protect the building inside it, rather than once upon a time relying 90% of it on the structure and a little bit of splash to go over the top. But now protective coatings, plastering and waterproofing, all with Edmunds contractors. Great to see a lot of new business like Q West and others, Spider, that still love to say, well, we're the home of motorcycle racing in New Zealand, so we still want to support it. Little businesses haven't got a lot to gain out of motorcycle sport. Hey, they're painting houses, but Edmunds getting behind Supermoto.
Yeah, definitely. They've been around for a number of years. It looks like to me the white flag is out. We're having trouble finding out where the link bike Richie Dibbett is. 119, oh, there he is, going through turn 3 there. Blue and red leathers, and I don't know how the people down on the start-finish line find out where the lead bike is. I've got 2 or 3 spotters, but it's hard for us up at the commentary box, but must be a lot harder down there. So the final lap of the 12-lap Edmunds Painting Supermoto. Oh, a big crash down at Toyota. We've got 3 bikes down there, 3 bikes down there. So there's a checkered flag for Richie Dibbett. Looking out for Duncan Hart, 74, 3 bikes down there.
Yes. Oh, Aidan right behind him. Aidan right behind him. There's a big gap in there. I just wondered whether it affected those other riders, but it doesn't appear to have. So the main riders have come through. Richie Dibbett from Duncan Hart, Aidan Brown. And then we go back to Jet Josiah with Scott Dowman in there. Ben Dowman up there with his older brother, along with Will Young. So it appears as if it wasn't those any of our front runners, but not just one down, but at least 3 of them that we can see. And they've just talked over the radio that there will be a crash recovery after this. You will betcha, because in all of that, I've seen at least 3 lying down, but just scared that one of those lying down was actually a rider rather than the bike itself. So we've gone to a
we've got 2 of them standing up there. In fact, that's all 3 standing up. That's the people. The bike's got to be picked up, but it's good to see that all the riders are okay. Neil Ritchie, sorry for interrupting.
No, please. More the opposite, Spider. Thank you for doing that. Ride, relax and read, folks. www.brm.co.nz, Bike Rider Magazine. I've been picking up copies and having a read of this magazine. I'm just loving it. I think it's got a nice balance of our news, because when you pick up a bike magazine, you want to find out stories you don't know about, and it's telling us that for New Zealand, but it's also telling us about some great bikes, and it's telling us about what's happening overseas. So I don't think you want more than that. It's news, it's features, it's test, it's product reviews, it's shop, it's video, it's everything. It's Bike Rider Magazine, it's Dirt Rider Down Under, it's Bike Rider TV, and it's 2 Creative Media. Facebook.com/Bike Rider Magazine, and it now is motoevents.nz. Looking for a bike event? Visit motoevents.nz for New Zealand's most comprehensive motorcycle events listing, and that has certainly been missing on our